That's strange. I was speaking, my mouth wasn't moving. It's so weird. I don't know how that happened. It's not supposed to happen. That's not normal. Okay, hang on, give me a second here. Since this is sort of like a multi-stream test thing, I'm kind of just sort of gonna take a look around a second on what this looks like from my end via my YouTube channel. Just give me 1 second here. In the meantime, I guess I'll just pop up this this game on screen. So that's what this is. This is mostly just a test, just to see how this works out. So I decided to go back to my oldest, schoolless game. One of my oldest, schoolless games. Voices of the Void. Huge fan favorite. Me being the fan. And also it being my favorite. That's how it works. Okay, give me 1 second here. Let me just see what is going on my end via my YouTube channel. I don't really know what this looks like. I can't remember the last time I streamed on YouTube. Currently, I have it unlisted, so I could kind of take a look at this. I gotta change my thumbnail. What's strange is that YouTube, or rather, I'm using Restream, which makes it a lot more convenient. To be honest, Restream actually makes this very convenient, because I could stream to Restream in it, and it's streams it to Twitch and YouTube. Very helpful. Downside to that is that I can't. There's this thing called transcoding. It's a feature on Restream, but you can't. You have to purchase it by the hour, which is fair, I suppose. But it's not. It's out of my price range to pay for. Sometimes I stream long hours, you know, and to be blunt, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I appeal to enough people to make that worth it. But maybe one day. Okay, give me 1 second here. I gotta do this. I gotta figure this thing out. I noticed. I gotta change this thumbnail. Hang on, I could do something real quick. I guess it doesn't really matter, but let me do like let me get like a Voices of the Void picture off of Google real quick. Any of them will do. This one works perfectly fine. I'll do this. I'll just save that and save it to my desktop. Oh, it's a WebP. The invention of WebP has been fantastic for websites, but for the users like me, of course, it's been a real drag. I had an extension to create I had an extension to what was I gonna say? I had an extension that would automatically convert anything I saved as a WebP into a PNG or a JPEG, depending on how depending on what I wanted at the time. PNG gang. But that it turns out that was only for a limited time. They give an AVIF file. This one's an AVIF. I'm just gonna screen capture. I'm just gonna take a screenshot of my desktop. That's easy. Jesus. Why? Okay, here we go. AVIF? Of all the choices, AVIF, hey? Okay, so, what was I saying? PNG gang, yeah. Give me 1 second here. I know this is boring, I know. I'm sorry. This is boring. All my theoretical viewers are very bored right now. Again, I'm kind of working out the kinks. That's the whole point of this whole thing, I suppose. It's the whole point. But let me just work out a quick thumbnail because that's important. Listen, I know it doesn't seem important, but think about it. it's experience. This useless thing I'm doing may seem useless, and it probably is. It probably very much is, but it won't be useless in the future when I actually need to do something like this again. That's my excuse. So I'm gonna get this PNG. I'm going to transform it very poorly. Wait, hang on. God damn it. I'm gonna get this PNG. I gotta rasterize it. I think that's how you say the word. And then I had to go down to edit, and then I go to transform, and then I flip horizontally. Hooray! And then I'm gonna get and then I'm going and then I'm going to get an image of my little of me, not to break the illusion. And I'm gonna put this onto here. And I'm gonna do this. Oh, this is engaging. This is very engaging. Okay, I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna do this. Can guess, see if you can guess what I'm talking about. Okay, and I'm gonna hold Alt. Oh wait, no, I gotta rasterize it, hang on. Rasterize. And I'm gonna hold Alt. No, Control. I'm gonna very poorly put it here. Use a lasso tool to move this like this. And then undo what I just did because I messed something up. And then I'm going to zoom in a lot. Oh, this is engaging. And I'm gonna delete a little bit of something here. Just a little bit. Oh, this is working. Oh, this is working. Oh my gosh, I impress myself every single day. That's good enough. Wait, no. It's not good enough. That's good enough. Alright, awesome possum. Okay, now I'm gonna go down to File, and then Save As. Then go to Desktop. Save As. Oh wait, no, this is incorrect. I need to do this, and then close, and do this, and close this. Don't save it, because that's important. Go over here. Make my PNG way too small so I can't find it anymore. Control Z. And then Control G. Alright. I've done it. This has been worthwhile experience. I should have did this before starting. That would have been a good idea. I'll name it a jumble of letters. Doesn't matter what it's named. Close out photo plop. And then close this. Then move this. Move this. And then find the thing I just saved on my desktop. Here it is. And then go back to my YouTube. Go back to my YouTube. And then change a thumbnail. Find the thing I just made. Here we go. Click save. Click save. And now here's another thing I've been dealing with. I've been dealing with I don't know how OBS lets you do this thing where you can bring in custom docs. And like custom docs I've been trying to bring in lately have been the Twitch chat and the Twitch activity feed and the YouTube chat. I want to make sure it's all separated. But they keep disappearing each time I close out OBS, which is unfortunate. Where is the stuff I'm looking for? Where is the thing I'm looking for? Okay, Jesus Christ. Hang on, go back to YouTube. YouTube does this thing where it has like, if you've made anything on YouTube ever, then you know that like there's like two separate like pages, I guess. One for like the standard like a browser for like the watchers, and then you have like the YouTube Studio page. It's kind of annoying to navigate. Here we go. I found it finally. Later date. Okay. Then I open up this. What's my description for this stream right now? I don't think it's what I want it to be. About chats. Here we go. There we go. I figured it out. What's the connection look like? Is the connection healthy? Stream health? Excellent. All right. That's dandy. Okay, YouTube chat. All right, everything's all set up and ready to go, I think. Oh man, I got so many tabs. Okay, this can go over here. Don't need that in my way anymore. Okay. I think we're good to go. We're good to go. I want my activity feed somewhere still noticeable though. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Move this here. All right, I think we're good to go. Okay, yeah. We're good to go. Probably. What's my description for this stream? I don't think it's what I want it to be. How do I edit the description? Here we go. I don't need an advertising restream. That just looks embarrassing and amateurish, which I am far from, of course. Okay. Okay, now I can officially list the stream. Let me just make sure it's all good. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Manage videos. And there we go. I think it's officially live. Finally. Officially live, I think. Right? Let me check. Once more. Yes, officially live. Handy dandy. Okay. So, as I said, this is going to be sort of mostly like a test stream type thing. Mouse smooth, let's turn that down a bit. It's a controller sensitivity, of course, because I'm holding a controller. God, it's been a while since I played this. But as I said, this is mostly going to be a test, just to see how things go, in terms of like wonkiness, quality, all that stuff. It seems fine so far. Do I have a flashlight in here? I think I have a flashlight in here. Use? I have nothing. Okay. I think I could hold this. Yeah, I could hold it in my hand. Okay. Oh, I have a flashlight. Yeah, that's right. You have one built into your body. You don't need to actually carry a flashlight. So yeah, as I said, this is mostly just like a way to test out how everything works and if everything works okay. The unfortunate part to this whole thing is that the quality that's likely being transmitted to YouTube right now is likely not amazing. Unfortunately, because YouTube isn't too efficient with its bits, as far as I know. 6,000 bits per second looks incredibly good on YouTube, not YouTube, on Twitch. Whereas on YouTube, it's not the greatest. I could fix that, but as I said, it's hard to fix because unless there's another way I don't know about. The only way I know about how to restream is through the only way I know how to multi-stream is through Restream, and Restream allows you to transcode bits, meaning that like you can send a different amount of bits to your preferred platforms. But that's I'm guessing that's more expensive to do because you have to pay for that by the hour. You know, you gotta get on a prepaid plan for for your bits transcoding. So I'm guessing it's pretty hard to do, which is why you have to pay for it by the hour. And I think like every hour is like $10, I want to say. Yeah, I think like every hour is like $10, which I guess isn't too. I mean, it depends how you look at it, right? Like with like a movie, like people pay like $15 for like movie tickets, and movies like, I guess it depends what you're watching, you know. But like most movies nowadays feel like they go for the bare minimum, hour and a half, you know. Sometimes I think about that actually. I don't know if this is just like a me thing, but I think about how like some movies run for like only an hour and a half, and it makes me wonder if that was like. It makes me wonder if that. Where am I going? It makes me wonder if that's like, you know, makes it appear like a. I don't want to say phoned in, but kind of phoned in, you know, like you did the bare minimum. Because you see it so often, and like I think lots of the remakes that have been coming out have been about an hour and a half, I think. Lots of the remakes for those Disney movies. But yeah. I hope everybody's Saturday night is going really well. Saturday night is a strange day to stream for somebody as minuscule as me. But I figured it was actually probably good because then I could probably do this more in private. But also gives me the chance to just ramble into the void, the voices of the void, if you will. Or I guess in this case, the singular voice, the voice of the void. It is me, it turns out, the whole time. It was me the whole time. I am a huge fan of this game, though. I have been playing this for so long. But the thing is that like I haven't played it for a while because I spent so long playing it. I kind of burned myself out on it. Ooh, this is different. He updated the paper texture. Amazing. I did not think I would ever see the day. Excuse me. Wait, what was that not the password? Yeah, 1111, right? 1111 111. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. 1111. Okay, it works fine. Okay, I did not need to do that. This game is pretty spooky to me as well. Obviously, it's meant to be kind of spooky. But I am easily spooked. That's the problem. I'm very easily spooked. Oh, cool. There's like an ambient light now. Oh, this is oh, like look how different this all looks. I don't remember it looking like this. How different this looks. Look how different that looks. There's headphones and everything. What else do you need? Look how these boxes look. They're different now. Electronic trash. That's my music taste. Computer looks the same. Oh, no, wait, hang on. Does it? Is this different? Could have sworn that was open. I could have sworn that was open at one point. You got the Powerpuff Girls phone. You got the little twisties and knobbies. Oh, wait, what do the drives look like? What do the drives look like? Wait, what's in here? Isn't there stuff in here? No, there's not. Okay. What is, what else do I want to look at? Oh, the way here. Ah, this looks the same. Wait. Oh, this looks different too. I like how it's gone for a more like old school aesthetic, I guess. Like Fallout, you know? The screens are more like rounded, like a CRT. Oh, here are the drives. Oh, look at that. They look different too. Wow. That's amazing. I mean, I know it's small, but it's very impressive to me. Okay, well, let's get set up here. Oh, look, my equipment is on the side. I do have a flashlight. Oh, wait, hang on, I lied. I do have a flashlight. Oh yeah, that was always the case. How do I equip it? Equip, there we go. How do I look at my compass? Equip, how do I look at my compass? Wait, how do I drop this? Jesus Christ. Drop. Drop. That works. I could just pass out. Oh, I have a walking animation too. Man, this game is definitely finally becoming good. After all these years, it's finally become a good game. Okay. Now I need to, how do I use my compass? Let's, oh, is that just the compass that's on the bottom of my screen, right? Wait. Isn't there, yeah, on the bottom of the screen, yeah. Wow, you can unequip that. I thought that was just a UI thing. This is basically like Nier. Basically exactly the same as Nier. Open lid, delete signal, save signal, toggle frequency. Okay, so this is all basically the same. It's just an appearance change. That's different though. Looks like that might come into play at some points. That's the same. Play stop, volume. I should change my FOV a little bit. So I know some of that stuff is a little bit tricky. How do I change my FOV? Motion blur, turn that off, that's good. Upscale, don't need that. HDR. I have no idea what this stuff is. Game. Autosave, kick props. Max roaches. How many can you have? Over 500 roaches. You can never dream of having over 500 roaches in your games back in the 90s. Camera panel FPS. I think that's what I'm looking for, right? Like when I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I want to. Where's my FOV? FOV. Not seeing it. Specs. FPS. Oh, default FOV. Oh, it's 120 already. I guess that works. I kind of have to stand back a little bit. I think. Wait, how do I use this again? I don't remember how you use this. This is too much. This is too high. I gotta change this. It's making me sick. Let's go back to something normal. 110's fine. Oh god, I feel even sicker now because of the change. Like, how do I do this? Oh, okay, I remember now. Oh, okay, I remember now. Oh, okay. I remember now. Okay. Okay, this is fine. Okay, what else I need to do? Where's my, how do I use this? How do I, give my flashlight batteries? Do I have to, like, drag this? No. Hold. And then I have to equip that. There we go. Jesus Christ. Let's turn on the lights, first of all. Lights. It's too scary for me. That's the outdoor light, isn't it? Yeah. Now what's cool is, okay, that was me. Okay, I heard that little, like, crinkle in the grass. It was just me. Okay, I'm not gonna get scared. from this guy, because I know there's a guy hanging out here. That scared me really bad the first time. But I'm brave now, so I'm not scared anymore. You still have that happening, huh? That's gonna get annoying. So yeah, I used to play this a lot more back then, but I keep saying back then like it was like a long time ago. Maybe like a couple months ago, probably a year. Used to play this a lot more, but whoa, fuck, Jesus Christ, that wasn't scary. Meat locker. There's something there. Is that a person? Let's ignore it for now. Okay, so yeah, I used to play this a lot more, but and I wasn't on the game like very early, but I was like playing it when like I think before it really got big. Call me a hipster, okay? Call me a hipster if you want, but I'm just saying, okay? I was a bit of a fan of this game before everybody else, you know? I need to get in there. That's how you turn on the lights to the main room. And I think the password here is like, I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4? Yes. And these are the lights I'm looking for. Oh look, the MREs! They look different as well. Everything in this game is different. Heal wounds, cool. I love healing my wounds, especially when they need them. Car keys? Car keys? What car? Like this? It's not this, right? I could always use this. I didn't need the car keys for this. Right? What if I dropped them? I could still use this, right? Yeah, so what car is this for? If any. There was some store that. I think the sun's coming up now. Yep, looking good. Okay. Oh, you can see like a bunch of fireflies as well. Just sort of like floating. Okay, so let's see here. You know, one thing I was really thinking about recently. It's kind of opened my eyes a little bit to like, ooh, this is new. I know I already looked at this, but I didn't actually look at the screen. Oh wait, hang on, it's on the computer. Oh, that's a new sound. Email is the same thing? Yeah, I think it's the same thing. Components. Calculations. What is this? Downloading, playing, utilities? Interesting. Don't I have a camera? Oh, it's turned off, right. I do remember somebody telling me that like the developer for this game wanted to like focus more on the horror elements because he kind of, I guess he was probably like neglecting that, which he probably was, to be honest. That's new. Why did my head turn like that? Sounds strange. Which he probably was because he was leaning more into like the meme status stuff, you know, sort of making the game a bit of a joke, which is fine, of course, if that's what he wants to do. But I know one of the biggest appeals to me about this game was the fact that it did lean into like the mysterious like horror stuff, you know. I'm a big fan of mystery horror kind of games, you know. There we go. And the quality is on this camera is way better than it used to be. I remember the first like camera that you got on the old base was like so bad. Like I don't know why anybody would keep it. It was that bad. It was just absolutely abysmal. Let's do this now. Oh, look at that. Even it tracks everything you do. Whoa. Okay. Now how do I do the thing? How do I do the ping thing? There we go. It's a shift. I mean, it's a button on this controller. There we go, and then space. Nope. F, E. Control, Alt, Tab. Which is the button to do the thing? To detect. Not shift. G, R, T, Y. Is there a button here I'm supposed to click, maybe? No? Space? Which is the button? Tab, shift? No, not shift. Control, Alt. Tried that already. Oh, enter, there we go. Enter. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and it was a good one too. So far, stream looks nice. Pretty happy with it. Might have nailed it on the first go. Where's the sponge? I remember he brought back the ability to clean the window, which I thought was pretty funny. You get the sponge and you wet it a little bit, get it a bit moist. You clean the window. Is it cleaning? Doesn't look like it's cleaning. It don't look like it's cleaning. It's supposed to though, right? Unless the mechanics have changed. Or it's on the outside. It might be on the outside. Yeah, I'm too lazy to check. Let's do this real quick. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, I'm so excited to see like other stuff that's like in the game now. Okay, let's see. Do a 10 frequency. I think the way I usually did this was I just maxed it out. Oh no, I didn't just max it out. I think on the other one I maxed it out because the other one lets you switch polarities. So if you have it maxed out and it's just kind of circling, it's really easy to find the oh no, it's really easy to find the correct coordinates. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Close enough. Turn this on. And this is the easy one. You just max out polarity and it just spins like crazy. Look at that shit. And then you just go through the polarities till you find the one that does something. Like that one. That one's definitely doing something. Oh good lord, there's no mate on Earth or anyone else that's gonna take clear. Yeah, this, to be fair, this is a new world. So nobody has even thought about cleaning it yet. Which I guess doesn't make your statement less true. I'll clean it eventually. One day. I eventually get there. Just give me some time. Give me some time and I'll eventually get there. Is this turned on? I'm gonna have to relearn everything. Hope you're having a good day, Trix. I know it's a Saturday night. All the cool kids are out partying and doing fun activities such as partying and having a nice medium meal of chicken fingers from Burger King. The PNG avatar, yeah, it is really cute. Really like it. I mean, no, that's just me. Don't break the illusion. Don't break the illusion. I'm supposed to be in character the whole time. That's part of the job. Don't point at the at reality. You're supposed to. Who was that character again? I think you told me a long time ago. They're Toho character or Tuhu, depending on who you ask, and their preference for whatever they use or language. It's a Tuhu character, who's sort of just a fairy, and they're pretty cool. Except I've recolored them, and I gave them a fish hairpin, and thus makes it my own. I've stolen it, is what I would say if I did, but this is absolutely 100% original now. It's 100% original. This was all spawned from my brain. All spawned from my brain, as far as you know. Okay. It's done? Oh man, I forgot how slow this goes. 12%. Feels like I'm watching a video render. Feels like watching a video render. Okay, hang on. Let me give me 1 second. I need to adjust some audio settings real quick. Just gotta do some audio settings. Pretend I'm doing that on the side. Okay. I adjusted some audio settings. Some really loud noises just sort of happened outside, or are happening right now outside. What can I say? Saturday night. Oh, I'm starving. I'm getting hungry. It's Saturday nights, and all the kids are graduating from their schools. You know, people are having fun, doing your due diligence to skirt those old copyright infringement laws. Exactly. I'm not actually too sure how much that apply. Wait. Gotta stay in character. If this hypothetically wasn't me, hypothetically, if this was not me, and it was actually, you know, a person, you know, pretending, hypothetically, I'm not sure how much that would be a big deal, because Jun, the person who created the Toho franchise, is extremely laxed on the copyright laws when it comes to his characters. He's very extremely laxed. I think literally nearly every aspect of his characters are free to use, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure he's extremely lax, yeah, on the characters and how you could use them. So I think in theory, once again, in theory, if I was hypothetically a person, not actually this, you know, little character, of course. What am I talking about, little character? If this wasn't just me, hypothetically, then I don't think that'd be a big deal. I do not think it'd be a big deal. Nope, hold. Nice job, me. I ate that real good. Okay, cool. I noticed you were doing some stuff on your Discord as well, Trix. To be honest, I have been wanting to join in on some of those little things you were doing, but I've just been busy with some other shit, you know, some other stuff. So I haven't really had the time to participate. Is this all turned off? Oh, did I do that? I think I might have done that. Oh, I think I did do that. Whoopsie daisy. What was that noise? Was that? Is this turned on now? Yes. Okay, so this is how you can tell if something's down, I think. Oh, fuck. Oh, jeez, I forgot. Math. Okay. Oh, here we got some here. Okay. Okay. Then, 12. Uh, that's 2. 13. 7, 9, 9, 10. 10. 10. Zero's 10. 6. 9. Hooray! Jesus Christ. Basic mathematics. Bane of my existence. OMG, yes, I'm finally going to be able to start streaming again, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, possibly 3. Oh, that's awesome to hear. That's fantastic. We can do stuff. Definitely. Yeah, that's great. That's cool. Lots of the small streamers I've been following aren't too small anymore, it feels like. And lots of the small streamers I've been following have just been like going crazy with like the progression in terms of like the Twitch followings and all that, you know? Like there's like these small streamers I was watching that were going like with like that had like 2-3 viewers at most, and I was like, I love me a small streamer, I'll watch them, and I really enjoyed them. And now they're like up to like 30s and 20s and 30s. I'm like, how the hell did you get so big so fast? Although it makes me wonder if it really was just like the because like they added that feature that lets you like stream with like other streamers, and like it modifies your stream to like include like both of your guys' like streams, and it combines like the viewers. I think that's what's really been like helping them out a lot. I didn't realize how much that would actually help in terms of viewership. But the downside to that though is that like I actually really hate watching streamers stream with their buddies and friends. I actually really hate that. I actually really hate watching streamers play with their buddies and friends, especially when they're small streamers. It's not my thing. So the Discord is going to get a lot more active because I'm actually have stuff to do and things to talk about. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. I wanted to. I think you remember. I wanted to like do like a Discord for a second, but I put that on the back burner for now. I feel like I probably shouldn't do a Discord until I start being more consistent at least. And at the moment, with averaging a whopping one concurrent viewers, it probably isn't worth it. That being said, I appreciate my one concurrent viewer, Scour. Big fan of Scour personally. Very grateful. He keeps me from ending it all. I'll just say that much. Yeah, joining the other streamers and doing more community-based stuff can really go a long way in growing following. Yeah, but I've already expressed how that feels so strange to me. I think I feel I'm just weird. I've accepted. I'm just a bit. What the heck is going on here? I'm just a bit strange. I feel like I overanalyze those types of relationships, and it feels like not real to me. You know, like I don't know. It just feels strange to me. It doesn't feel like, oh, that's cute. It doesn't feel like a real relationship, like a real like relationship. I guess it just feels like it's like it's based off of you know, what can you get versus what can you give, which I know is like every relationship regardless is gonna be like a there has to be some mutual give and take. But I guess to me it just feels strange when that mutual give and take is through the form of how much can you benefit my goals in gaining numbers, and how much can I help you benefit your goal in gaining numbers. You know, it just feels so, no, it just doesn't feel right. But I mean, it's normal though. I guess it's normal. It's normal. It feels more artificial, more like a business relationship. Yeah. That's perfect. You knew the words better than me. it feels more like, yeah, business oriented, more transactional. Um, in the more like, I guess, literal like sense, you know, it's more transactional, where like you give and take in the form of some sort of progression in like, yeah, like I said, the numbers, you know, the numbers, you know. Again, every relationship is transactional to some extent. But I guess I just prefer ones that feel like more, you know, uh, meaningful. And when I say meaningful, meaningful in what I care about. Those people will probably find, you know, like those transactional relationships as meaningful, because it's gonna depend on what you value as a person, of course. For me, for that, it just feels strange, and like, and then like I worry about falling into that mindset where like I realize I don't really care about this person at all, you know? And like I don't care about this person at all, and I'm only helping them and they're helping me because it benefits both of us. And that's as far as it goes. It just feels so strange to me, I guess. But that's, I guess that is normal, I suppose. But do you believe that genuine relationships can develop through mediums like this? I think so. I do think genuine relationships can be built. I do think so. I think the way you get into one could, you know, like factor into it. Like, I feel like if you become friends with somebody with the intention of exchanging favors that or with the goal of like gaining numbers, you know, I feel like the basis of that relationship is already off to a bad start, you know. The basis of that relationship is already off to on like a bad foot. I'm not saying it can't turn into something real, but I think it'd be silly to assume that it would. I think. I feel like that's where I would sit. Where's Oscar? Can't I like ping the thing to send me to Oscar? I'm not sure that makes sense, but that's how I view it. But at the same time though, like, is that a bad thing though? Is that really that bad of a thing? I guess not. It's not a bad thing. I guess not. But I should get some sleep. Is that door gonna close? Because you do know that several Twitch streamers do eventually meet at cons and whatnot. That grows strong enough, they plan to meet up. I don't. When I say relationships, I mean it more in like. Ooh, I got blankets. I mean it more in like the definition, I guess. The more like literal like definition. It's like it really is just like a relationship between two people. Not like I don't mean like a romantic thing. I mean like a relationship in terms of like it's like two people who know each other, not like a romantic thing. It's getting a little bit foggy. Okay, that's what you mean as well. Okay. Well, I don't think needing to meet in person is like a requirement for like a relationship like that. I just mean there's like some level of like care for one another, you know? Like picture a situation like this. Picture a situation where like, let's say I meet somebody and our relationship begins as a purely transactional business thing. I help them get numbers, they help me get numbers, and that's how it stays for like a long time. And then one day comes and let's say I get framed for Morda. No, I get framed as a somebody who loves to say slurs all the time. I just love saying slurs, but not really. Turns out that there's a clone of me out there. There's a clone of me out there that's smearing my good name, and then it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder, like, okay, well, and then like the internet like learns about this, and they're like, oh, here's this guy who like, there's a, that's three again. Ava. Uh, sorry. Three again? Jesus Christ. 14. 14. Phew. Jesus Christ. SV.ping. Oh, this is why I stopped playing this game. It exposes my poor math skills. Charlie. SV dot, no, SV, SV dot target Charlie. Okay, so imagine there was somebody, my old nemesis. That's why I stopped playing this game, because all the math questions made me look like an idiot. I think people understand that. Okay, I got half a brain. But basically, okay, so yeah, imagine we have this purely transactional business relationship. That's all it is. Okay, we help each other get numbers. I help him get numbers, he helps me get numbers, or she, or they, whatever their preference is. And and then one day, a clone of me exists. A clone. Cyrano, or whatever the fuck, how my name is pronounced. Cyrano version, well, let's be real here, 0.8, okay, because I'm 1.0, of course. Okay, you can't beat that, obviously. So, and they go out and they start saying slurs, all the worst ones, you know, like damn, bastard, and piss, you know, all the worst slurs, and even the even worser ones. Okay, now let's say the internet gets a hold of this. Okay, you got all the people making YouTubes about it. Hey, what's up? It's me, Critical. I'm here to talk about this guy. He's bad news. And then you got Mudahar and all that shit. All the crazy guys doing their shit. And they're like, they start talking about me. And like, then suddenly I'm public enemy number one, you know? Public enemy number one. Everybody's making videos. This guy's crazy. Look at all these slurs he says. Oh my gosh. Look at all these slurs. He says them without remorse. And then this person I have this purely transactional relationship with, imagine they start talking about me and they make a video about me. Well, that would make me go like, well, that's strange. We've helped each other for so long. We've helped each other for so long, and now when the tables have turned against me, when it's unfair, and when it's like and there's like numbers to be gained on hating on me, then you've turned your back on me because you value the numbers more than me as a friend, you know? This isn't Charlie. Charlie? That's not Charlie. And that's what I mean, you know? Like that's I'm not saying that's like the worry. I'm saying that's like how I view the relationship. It's like it's not all like genuine. The moment it becomes beneficial to break off this relationship, it's going to happen because it's all built off numbers anyway, you know? It's all built off numbers. It's like those relationships. I'm not even sure how real these are. I don't think I hardly doubt. I hardly even believe that it's real, to be honest. But you know that trope where like a relationship is built off of appearances. It's the pretty girl who goes out with a hot stud jock, you know. But then there's a even hotter, studdier, and jockier jock. The pretty woman leaves the hot stud jock for the hotter, studdier jock, you know. It's like, oh, the moment like you find something else that's like that, like, you know, that benefits you, then you're gonna leave instantly. Like, and like, how can you be surprised when it's built off that like relationship from the get-go? So if I tried to you know get buddy with like these with streamers that just want to do like a transactional thing where it's like I help you, you help me, it's like, well, how would I be surprised if like suddenly they're willing to like ignore me when it's like no longer beneficial? I wouldn't be surprised, you know. I'm too tired. God damn it. Yeah, these are basic hot cheerleader and star athlete syndrome. The relationship is purely beneficial and for status. That's the trope. I'm not sure if that exists in real life, to be honest, but that is like the trope I'm thinking of. So that's how I view it. But then again, as I said, is it really that bad though? Is it really that bad to get into like a transactional relationship like that? I don't know. If I go into it not with no intention of like it going further than being business, then I guess it wouldn't be a big deal, you know? I don't know. It just seems strange to me. But maybe that explains why I'm still a 1 viewer Andy. Where's my base? There it is. That being said though, I'm pretty proud with my YouTube stuff at least. One of the biggest things I wanted to do when I first started my YouTube stuff was to prove something to myself, with it, proving that, you know, that people might be interested in something I make, without the help of like friends or family. And I'm not sure if I've proved that yet, but I'm very happy with the fact that I've gotten any attention at all. You have to keep your expectations low on Twitch anyway. It's rare to gain a good-sized community of truly nice, cool people. Well, I suppose that depends on how you like curate it though, right? Like, I'd hope my outlook and the way I view things is something that's interesting to people. Not everybody, of course, but to the people who do stick around, I'd hope that viewpoint... Oh! I hope that viewpoint is what's kind of part of the appeal, I guess. So, assuming I keep going down this path, any people stick around will already understand that, you know. I don't know. Is that dumb? I don't think so. But I mean, it does put you in a bad position. It's a oh, the moon's different. It's like it puts you in like a bad position from the get-go, I think. But I'm not sure if it's really that bad of a position though, to be honest, because like if I gained those numbers, oh, the stars are happening. Whoa, that's scary. I actually don't like that at all. That's scary. It's different though. These used to look different. But yeah, I guess that's my little rant about relationships via Twitch. Again, maybe it's not that big of a deal. Maybe I'm overthinking it. That's what Scour has told me before. He's told me I'm overthinking it, which I'm probably am, to be honest. I think it's more something like I'd be scared. What's to be scared about? It's a cool meteor shower. Well, I have a weird fear of like space. Well, not space necessarily, but I have a fear of the unknown. The unknown is very scary to me. And seeing stuff fall from the sky like that is a little bit spooky. Close enough. So yeah, that's all I have to say about the Twitch stuff, I guess. Yeah, like I said, I'm probably overthinking it, but I don't care. Maybe I do. MRE. I suppose that's similar to my fear of deep water. Explore dark. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It's like it doesn't necessarily need to be space. It could also be deep water. Just the fear of the unknown is enough to scare me a lot. Like, a game does not need to do much to like scare me. Well, actually, no. Maybe I'm underestimating myself. I think a game does need to do a lot but the game needs to be able to like understand how to use its like horror, you know? Like I've never understood the fear of games like Resident Evil and like Dead Space, you know? Those are like not at all like horror games to me. They're far from it, so not really scary to me. That's why I like the walking simulator horror games. Those are a lot more fun for me, because like they're like, I don't know, they're so curated, you know, like they lean more into like the psychological stuff, I guess. I guess technically like games like Dead Space do as well, and Resident Evil. It really depends on how it's done, you know, like one thing that doesn't scare me too much is like trauma horror stuff, you know? Horror games that explore real life traumas are a different kind of scary. Not as scary, not the scary that I'm too attracted to though. I'm a lot more into the psychological horror stuff, I guess. Less the trauma horror. I'm not saying that's like not scary. It's just a different type of scary. It's not one's gonna make me jump. One's gonna make me more like sick than anything else, and that's just not, and that's just, you know, and it's pretty effective, I guess, in that case, but it's not really what I'm looking for when I play horror games. None of the Resident Evil games have ever scared me. Dead Space, on the other hand, I know it's a lot of jump scares, but those creatures are bolting you and gets my heart pounding. Is that scary though, or is it just the pressure it puts you under, you know? Like, do you consider that's like scary, or is that just the game putting you like under like pressure? Because I get what you mean, but will that be like the same type of like scary? Like, will that be like comparable to like your fear of like the underwater, you know, the deep dark abyss? I'd assume not, right? Like, this is why like Slenderman isn't that scary anymore. It's more the pressure it's been under. I'm scared to go around the corners and there is lots of jump scares for sure. Yeah. I know what you mean about that. That was like the biggest criticism for like Dead Space when it first came out. It was a big jump scare fest. Every single time you're next to like a vent, expect a jump scare. But no, I like my walking simulator horror games. Those are my favorites. Those are my absolute favorites. Like the Chilla's Art games, you know? Those are scary, I think. But then again, I'm also a sucker for like jump scares and all that. Like, I'm okay with jump scares. I like me a good old-fashioned jump scare. Lots of people don't though. Lots of people don't like jump scares. But I like jump scares. I'm a big fan of them. I've grown to love them, you know? It's just a different type of horror, you know? A different type of horror. One that I could appreciate. Damn, it's really spooky in here. Normally this would be scary to me. But this is this sort of goes into what I was saying though. It's the unknown that's scary to me. The unknown. But I'll admit I haven't played this game, this version of the game yet, but I've played this game enough to know that I'm very likely perfectly safe. It's like, this isn't scary to me, but I know for a fact if this was my first playthrough, I'd be like, what's around that corner? Ooh. You know, be like that. But I'm brave and confident now. No longer scary to me. But I guess some walking sim games can be good and scary. But I hate when you're spending most of your time reading notes and piecing together a story. Yeah, me too. Like, I'll admit, like, I'm pretty lazy when it comes to walking sim horror games, because if it starts trying to tell me a story, like, I'll try my best. The thing is, I'm not I'm not the greatest at interpreting stories that aren't like right in your face, I guess, you know? Like when games start to get like metaphorical and all that, it takes me a little bit to kind of understand what it's trying to tell me. Like I'm never confident in what I think it's trying to tell me. I have to like think about it a bit more before I can be like, okay, this is what it means and this is what it means. Um, although I should stop doing that to be honest, because the thing is that like the thing I've always talked about is how much we seem to look down on people's interpretations of a story and how some interpretations are considered to be more correct than others when when a game is being so metaphorical, it's like the way somebody views that can drastically differ from the way somebody else views it. And I think it's very oh cool. It's very like unfortunate when I see so many people unwilling to allow people to express their own unique perspective on a story when the story is so clearly being like metaphorical, you know? Um, I always thought the purpose of making stories be kind of told through these, you know, unconventional means instead of being right in your face. I always thought the purpose of that was to get a viewer thinking, get them thinking about how it relates to them and how they interpret the story and how much that could differ from somebody else. Don't you dare forget those recyclables. There's lots of them. Yeah, there's like 20 of them over there. Lots of them. This game looks so much prettier than it used to. Very pretty looking now. Very dark though. Very dark. Speaking of interpretations, I I was thinking about something recently, and it's really opened up a whole new perspective on art for me, which I never realized. I wanted to tweet about it, but as I was tweeting about it, reading my own text made me want to think about it a bit more, because I don't know if I completely understood myself. Um, I was, wait, are you streaming to YouTube as now as well? I heard you say you were using, yeah, I am streaming to YouTube. I'm doing like a test stream thing right now, just to see if there's any issues or kinks I need to work out. I have a plan to do like a playthrough or a commentary over my Momodora video series now that I've like completely finished it. I just want to share some extra like little thoughts and opinions I never shared in the videos. So it's sort of these are sort of just like this is sort of just like a test stream type thing. Nothing too crazy. I'm not sure how many people are going to be interested in in that, but I made a post about it just so people know. So just so people know like what the whole plan is right now. Because yeah, I finished my Momodora series, which I'm really happy about. I'm very proud of it. It's all completely done. It's about like how long is it? 2, 3, 4. It's maybe like 5 hours in like total. All the videos like combined. Crazy. Lots of efforts. Lots of effort went into those videos, but now it's done. Now it's all put to rest. You know, until the next game comes out. Oh yeah, what I was saying, yeah, I was watching this artist on Twitch draw some stuff. And this is an artist I've been following for over a decade by this point. And I love their art. I think it's great. But they were talking on stream, and I've never watched them stream. I've watched them stream maybe like twice now, ever. And I'll be honest, I'm always afraid of watching streams of people I have admired for a long time. Because, you know that saying, don't meet your heroes saying, you know? They say don't meet your heroes. The reason they say this is because you might learn something about them that changes how you view them, and it paints everything they've done in the past under a completely different perspective, you know? But the thing that people don't mention about that saying is that the issue isn't necessarily always going to be the person that you like, I don't want to say idolize, but the person you like have like admired for such a long time, you know? It's not always their faults. Humans are flawed. Humans have, you know, humans aren't always perfect. Of course, nobody is. It's when it's when you view these people and don't give them the enough respect to like understand that, like, yeah, they're humans too, and they have flaws, and they aren't perfect, and they aren't always gonna live up to your image of what they are in your own head, you know? And I sort of had that experience. There's this artist I've been following for over a decade now, and I popped into like 1 or 2 of their streams, and some of the things they said have completely like changed how I viewed like everything about them. It got me thinking so much about that. It got me thinking so much about like their arts and everything. And here's the thing. I have this thing where I look at an artist, whatever form of art they do, whether it be drawn, whether it be film, whether it be whatever they do, you know, music. I look at that and a little part of me, which is dead now, a little part of me believes that like if an artist creates, they create with some level of passion for what they're doing. Meaning like when they draw or when they make music or they make a film, there's an artistic vision that they have passion for, they believe in, and they want to express themselves through this piece of art, you know? That's what I used to think. After thinking about it, I don't really hold that perspective anymore, or rather, I don't blanket that statement, that perspective anymore. So I guess what I think now is that is that like an artist can create with no passion for what they're creating, basically. And basically, to kind of explain it better, I was watching this artist talk on Twitch, and they were talking about how they're tired of drawing certain things. They're tired of drawing this stuff, but they draw it because it's work. It's because it makes money. It's because that's what he needs to do to survive. And he mentioned like he didn't mention that he doesn't care, because lots of things he draws is like stuff from like cartoons or anime or video games. But he mentioned that he doesn't even care about anime or video games or stuff like that. He doesn't really care about the stuff, but he keeps up with it because it's what's popular. It's what's gonna make him the most money when he draws the stuff. And it made me realize all the stuff he's drawn in the past, or maybe some of it, I'm not sure when I'm not sure when he's had this like thought process, but it's possible he's had it ever since the beginning. It made me realize like everything he's drawn was simply for the pursuit of money. It was to make a product to either sell or to advertise himself. And it turns out that a lot of the stuff he drew wasn't because he was passionate about the what he was creating. It was to make a product. It was to fill his financial needs. And the reality is that if he was free to do whatever he wanted to do, he would probably be drawing other stuff. He'd probably be drawing the stuff he cares more about. But since he can't do that, he has to draw the stuff that other people like. And sometimes that means drawing stuff he doesn't care about. He mentioned that it's all work to him. It's all just work. It's all he'd rather be doing anything else. He said he'd rather be doing anything else than sitting at his computer streaming himself drawing art. And I heard that, and I guess I just felt so disappointed, I guess, because I was like, I follow this guy for like over a decade now, like, and I've like been aware of his work ever since like I stepped foot on the the internet, and like I was like, I don't know, I was just kind of sad about it, but it got me thinking more about like what it means to, I guess, be an artist, and like an artist's like relationship with their art. And like, and it made me realize that like I'm actually, it made me realize that not only has my perspective changed completely on this artist, but I've actually realized that I like them a lot more now after learning that. I like them so much more. Not because like, I guess I know more, well, I guess maybe it is because I know more about them, but it's more because I realize how relatable that is. Because that's what everybody does. That's what everybody does, you know? I have work that I do, you know. I don't stream as a living, you know. I don't stream to make money, of course. I don't make money from it at all. But I have work I do, and I'm not really passionate about my work at all. Like my work, I mean, if I could find anything else to do that would get me like more cash, like I'd probably do it. But that being said, though, when I do my work, I put 100% into it. I don't half-ass it. Even though I'm not passionate about it, I'm passionate about doing it well. I'm doing it right, you know? And this is how this artist works, you know? Yeah, no problem. And like this is how this artist works as well. This artist draws things they might not be passionate about, but they put 100% into their work all the time. They don't half-ass their work. Their work is amazing. I think it looks fantastic. And that in itself is kind of amazing to me, because although the passion isn't there for the actual piece of art, the passion is there for the work that goes into creating such a piece, into every aspect of the line art, into the sketch, into the coloring, into the lighting. The actual piece that's being created may not be, you know, inspired by an artist's, you know, an artist's drive to express themselves or to create something that they genuinely like, but the passion is there for the art form, for the medium, you know. And I think that's pretty amazing, and it really opened up my eyes about how you can view arts, I guess, and like this new perspective, I guess, I've taken on, that like somebody can be so dispassionate about what they're creating, but the work that goes into it in itself is just as much as an art form as the thing that's being created, which was really interesting. It made me really go into a spiral, because I went into the whole thing just sort of like oh, like my whole viewpoint of this artist is like crushed, and like all the stuff that I loved from them, I thought they loved as well, but they didn't. But again, but it's become more relatable now, actually. Like the artists, like I see so much of myself in this artist. Now that I've learned that like they do this as like a work thing, they're more humanized, I guess. Now they're way more humanized, because I know exactly how they feel. They're making something they don't really care about, but they're making sure they don't half-ass it. They do as much as they can. They 100%. They put in their full effort, which I think is amazing, and I think lots of people can relate to that. Yeah. The very next stream I attended by this artist, though, they started talking about like their favorite animes and stuff like that. So I guess like another thing I didn't consider is that they just they were just talking some shit, and it and like and they didn't actually mean they didn't like anime and stuff like that. It's also possible because, again, like as I said, humans are flawed, and like sometimes you can't always take what they say as like, you know, being a perspective they've 100% like thought out, you know. Because like I don't know how they go from like I don't really like, you know, anime, don't really care about it at all, I just follow it, you know, for business, but then the next stream go like, oh, here's my favorite anime. Here are some of my favorite animes and video games. It's like, oh, okay, well, the thing you said sent me on a fucking journey, but I guess I appreciate it still. I appreciate the experience. That was interesting though. It was interesting. It was really eye-opening. I guess to some, I guess that's kind of obvious though to some people. I don't know. I think lots of these things are intuitively like obvious to people, I think. But I think it's harder to explain when you're asked to like explain it, you know? Like some things are like easy to understand like intuitively. But when it comes to explaining how something works and why people do things, I think it's a lot harder. So for example, like breathing, like intuitively we all know like you know how to breathe, that we need to breathe. But then if you try to explain to somebody how to breathe and what was that sound? When you try to explain to somebody how you breathe, that's a lot harder, you know? Like it's really hard to explain like how you breathe, you know? How do you tell somebody how do you breathe? It's very hard, very hard. Who's the artist? The artist the artist is this artist named Slugbox. They're an old school artist that has been online for maybe like, god damn, I want to say like 15, 16 years now. I've always been aware of their existence, like since like basically day one of my shenanigans online, you know. So it's so I've been following them for a long time. Not following them like on social media all the time, but I've always really loved their stuff, and I've always like checked them out every now and then. But but for the longest time, I never even had like a Twitter account. In fact, I think my first account I've ever made on Twitter was when it wasn't even called Twitter. I think it was called X by that point. I've never really had a Twitter account until relatively like recently. For a long time, I thought Twitter was just for famous people. Turns out, losers like me can have one too. But yeah, big fan of Slugbox. His work's really pretty. Obviously, it's lots of smut as well, but their art looks like absolutely beautiful. It's right up my alley when it comes to like more like cartoony, the more cartoony like style and all that. If I'm looking at the correct artist, I think it's why you like them. It's not just because of the smut. I think they're on another like level when it comes to arts. I'm not sure. Tune into like a stream that they do, and like they're on another level. I don't know how they do it, but their mind is just amazing. How I don't know how it works, how it functions, but they're just like really good at just like making stuff. Like I've seen them like make stuff on streams like from nothing, and it's like how do you do that? Like it's in a very short time too. Like he'll draw this shit in like half an hour. He's like one of those few individuals I could point to as just having like a sort of like a natural sort of a natural what's the word? I guess, attachment to a form of like art, you know. I don't want to say he has like a natural form of I don't think people can be naturals at anything. I think everything has to, you know, come from some level of like commitments and work. The question is how quickly somebody can reach a level versus somebody else, you know. Like some artists I see nowadays get really good at art in less than a year. It's pretty amazing. Whereas lots of other artists, you know, from back in the day, needed to spend years making their craft. But yeah, I'm a big fan of their work. I've been following them for a long time. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff they make. Well, from what I'm looking at, I can tell their mind functions very filthy. Well, you'd think so. They not to talk too much about this, because it's just sort of not... I don't know, I guess it's a bit strange. But they've been going through a hard time recently. I think they just went through like a massive divorce with like a partner they had for over like 10 years now. And now they're sort of and now they've sort of been very sad lately. I guess don't go to their stream if you're trying to stay in a happy mood. Not to say that's like, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It's just, you know, it's just like, you know, it's he's being who he is, you know. So like, you have to go into it prepared to like kind of prepared to like to hear some not so positive stuff. And I did want to ask them about something as well. I did want to ask them about, well, the exact like thought process I was going through about the whole like how he views his relationship with arts. I really wanted to ask him about that. I wanted to like message him like with a DM via Twitter or Blue Sky, and just inquire. I guess like I was just kind of curious. I never did it though because I don't know. It feels so strange to message people like that. The things like I have a genuine curiosity though, you know, like I'm really interested in people. I'm really interested in people. Like, and sometimes I just want to learn more about a person. I just want to learn more about a person. But it feels strange because I don't think everybody shares that. And I think some people see it kind of odd to see this stranger reaching out to learn more about them, which I can understand. And so lots of times I refuse to like message anybody just because I feel like it'd be strange. You should never stream or go on social media soon after any sort of situation like that, especially while it's still raw. That might be the case, maybe. But it depends on how you can handle it, though. That's a thing. I think some people can handle it much better than others, you know? I think some people have a natural, like, attraction to, to, like, the weird internet's culture, I guess. And, I think lots of people, I think people like that are capable of like handling it better than others. You know, like when streamers or like when YouTubers get into some drama, they oftentimes they can't handle it, so they like disappear for a bit, which makes sense. But then you have examples of like of those like streamers and YouTubers who like can't ignore it, you know, who can't stay away from it, who can't, you know, let it go. Take like Pirate Software, for example. That guy's drama was relatively small. In fact, it was small. What was his drama? Oh, he messed up at WoW and he doesn't want to apologize. Yeah, it's a pretty bad like it's a pretty bad like showcase of his character, but ultimately it's not that big of a deal, at least not to Pirate Software. But like it bothers him so much he can't help but like keep like talking about it, you know? He's like an example of somebody who would probably be better off sort of staying off the the social media for a bit, because he seems to not be able to like handle it, He can't seem to because it seems like he wants to move on from it. It seems like he wants to still like move on from people like, kind of jumping on the bandwagon and like hating on him, but like he can't help it. He has to like always give it attention, he's a good example of that. You don't want to stay on the internet. You want to take a break if you can't handle the pressure that could come from it. And I'm not saying that's how it should be. I'm just saying that's the reality of the internet sometimes. The internet, like it's two sides of the same coin. Like you have to be able to accept the good with the bad. I could use myself as an example. I've gotten lots of nice comments on my Momodora videos. Surprisingly, I've exclusively gotten like nice comments on my Momodora videos. I'm honestly surprised by that. And I it's always nice to see like a nice comments, but like if I get like a meme comment though, if that day ever comes, if I'm so lucky to get that, I'm gonna be willing to like accept it as just being like a reality, It's like I'm not gonna be like, oh man, how could he do that? How could he leave such a mean comment? What a jerk! It's like, well, no, like I'm accepting the positive comments. Why can't I accept the negative ones too? I'm not gonna be like flabbergasted. A negative comment was left, It's like no, it's like you gotta accept the good with the bad. And yeah, that's just sort of how it is. That be how it do be. What are your plans, Trix, with your return to streaming? Got any cool plans, or are you kind of just gonna jerk it? Not literally, metaphorically. I mean, unless. unless. No, I'm just kidding though. I'm just kidding. Unless. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Unless. I'm not playing this game at all. I'm just running around in circles. But I mean, it's supposed to be a test stream, It's supposed to be sort of just testing stuff out. And it seems to be working fine. Speaking of people who can't handle the internet though, I've been seeing the whole like the weird streamer stuff with the Amaranth. I wonder if that's, I don't know. Like I wonder if it is just two crazy people, or if it's all scripted. I love the look of your avatar gave me when you sound less. It's funny because it's personal. I got a cup. Wait. Don't break the illusion. Hang on. The person definitely on screen right now, have many forms of emotions that I can express with my living being. I can express emotions such as this one. I can express an emotion such as this one. Wow, look at me. I'm so over it, but also tired, but also kind of over it, but also not really in sound mind. I can also do that. Look at my expression. It has changed to one of a cold stare. A stare one would make had they seen, a stare one would make when they completed destroying all the towers in the 360 remake of Alone in the Dark, just for 50 more towers to respawn, and then exit the game. I could also hold a Fumo. Look at that! Look at little Fumo I definitely have. I can also be very scared. Oh jeez. I'm so afraid. And I have some other ones, but I have many emotions I can express, but those are currently not binded to the keys of my brain. I call BS, you've been stiff as a board this entire stream. No, that's me. Don't you see me moving up and down when I speak a little bit? That's me. Clearly, that's me. I really like how this turned out though. I really like how the PNG tuber turned out. It's really cute. I mean, I like how I'm pretty cute. I'm pretty cute. Oh yeah, if this is really how you do, you just make that stuff appear in your hands all of a sudden. I'm doing it really fast. The things I'm streaming at 15 frames per second, and in between those frames, I'm getting my stuff really quick, really, really fast. How come you notice this? How come nobody ever notices this stuff when it comes to VTubers? How come it's only ever noticed when I'm doing it? I know the reason why, but I'm not gonna say it. It's because the you know, the two big distractions that often accompany those VTubers. I'm just kidding though. Like I want to make it like clear that I'm just joking. Nothing wrong with those VTubers. But I personally just really like the PNG tuber. I think it's cuter, and I think there's a lot more potential. Well, not potential, maybe not. I guess it depends on how you view it, but I think the potential for more like fun and unique poses is there for PNG tubers. Whereas with VTubers, I don't know. I'm not sure that's really possible. The VTubers sort of just have to like wiggle around a little bit, you know. And like that's fine and dandy, of course. But I like having the PNG tubers because I think the potential for more interesting like poses and stuff like that is there that you want to be able to achieve with a VTuber, or at the very least not as easily. Because you've only been a VTuber for maybe like 2 days. Well, well, technically, PNG tuber, technically, okay, or a different class, okay, or a different class, a lower class perhaps, but a different class, regardless. Okay, PNG tuber. Something else was on my mind. What was it? It related to PNG tubers or VTubers. The downside, I guess, to PNG tubers though is that they don't have like the movement, I guess. They can, the thing is that they can though. They can have the movements. It's just it has to be animated in, you know? It's a lot more work, I think. I think for one to achieve a similar appearance to a VTuber as a PNG tuber, it'd take a lot more work, you know? It's like it's 2D hand-drawn art versus like a 3D animated, like, you know, it's like 2D drawn cartoons versus like modern 2D drawn cartoons, where it's like everything is like a puppet, you know? Like back in the day, you had to draw like every single frame by frame, you know? Nowadays with cartoons, you can make you make puppets, you make models, you know, make little models that you can easily transfer to other scenes and all that, you know. It's a lot easier, it's a lot faster. But everybody knows that doesn't look as nice. It never looks as nice as, like, you know, old school style animation, which is of course still possible. You know, we saw it in Cuphead, you know. I'm not saying that old school, but I'm just saying, like, you know, more traditional, not traditional, more like old school, like cartoons. Oh, having a creepy dream. What's happening? Am I just trying to survive? Avoid the balls. Yeah, so like a PNG tuber, being able to achieve something similar to like a VTuber would take a lot more... Oh my gosh, how did I dodge that? Would take a lot more effort, I think. Because you'd have to like animate like a lot more movements, a lot more motion, which is gonna be a lot harder to do. Jesus Christ, how am I supposed to dodge this? But yeah. Avoid the balls? Sorry, it's gonna be hard no for me. Even if they're giant boulders that will crush you. Isn't that like pretty normal for like furries? Every single time I see furry arts, they always have like giant balls. Why is that the case? Always like giant balls with furries. Why does it always have to be giant balls? Is that a nightmare sequence or something? Sometimes you have nightmares, yeah, in this game when you sleep. I'm not sure what purpose they hold besides being like a fun little extra thing. But sometimes you can gain bonuses from them. Sometimes they give you like little boosts. Other times they're just for funsies. You know, funsies. Okay. I think this is probably a good place to stop though. Then I got a good enough stream in to kind of get like a test of this whole thing. I've streamed for a lot longer than I expected. I thought I'd do maybe like half an hour at most. But here I am, like yapping and slapping your mom. I think it's probably a good place to stop it. I'm gonna review the stream, see how it looks, see how it went, see if I had any drops. I don't think I did. According to my OBS, I've had 0 drops. Yeah, this was mostly just a test. Honestly, I don't think I need to do any more tests though. I think this went perfectly fine. I didn't experience any issues at all, and it seems to be running perfectly fine, I guess. So I think I only needed like the one test. So yeah, I wasn't really like playing at all because like, again, it was mostly just like a test. Just see how like connections worked. Yeah, it seemed to work. Yeah, it seemed like it worked perfectly fine. I'm more concerned about the YouTube side of things though, because streaming to Twitch is easy. Streaming to YouTube is something I'm less familiar with. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you weren't watching on YouTube. So I'm gonna take a look at that. But I'm sure it's fine. I didn't get any I didn't seem to get any issues. But I'll check it out anyway. So yeah, I'm going to stream again tomorrow though. And Trix, you should keep me updated on when you're gonna do your streaming stuff again. Okay. I like my small streamers, okay? And there's this one small streamer. Okay, let's stop. I can't keep talking about random shit. Keep me updated though. Yeah. I'm always reading the stuff on the Discord as well. So if you're like updating people on there as well, I'm definitely gonna see it. So feel free to just drop an update there. I always see it. Okay? I'm always seeing it. Always seeing it. Yeah, I was happy to be a test subject. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you being the test subject without your knowledge. Yeah, you should join one of the movie nights when you can. I'll try to sometime. It's just I've been busy with stuff, but if I have the time, I'll do it for sure. It sounds like it could be fun to do. We could just, you know, talk about cool stuff. Talk about how cool those effects are. Oh man, did you see when Shrek defeated the dragon? Oh man, what a scene. Let's talk about the implications of such a scene. And then and the bizarre love triangle that exists between Donkey and his dragon. And Donkey. Alright, yeah, that's gonna be it though. Good stream, good test, worked out fine it seems like. I'm gonna review it, and yeah, I'll be back again tomorrow. But you know, with a for real normal stream. And then I'll schedule my Momodora thing, I think. I could schedule it now. Don't know when, but and I don't know what's gonna be yet exactly, but it's going to be something. And I'm gonna try to make it kind of like a show, I guess. Kind of like a just like an eventful type thing. I don't know. I don't want to make it just a simple like I play the game and I fucking talk to myself for half an hour. I kind of want to at least write some notes here and there so I could cover some stuff. That's the plan at least. Okay, but no, yeah, that's all for today. I'll be back again tomorrow. Thanks again, Trix. Thanks, Scour. Take care.